Monsters, what is the best remedy for depression and sad thoughts? God damn. Um, uh, for me personally, having something to look forward to helps with sad thoughts, right? Because for me personally, after high school, besides my job, I didn't really have anything else to look forward to. I quit martial arts because I was doing everything, but I didn't really get back into it after high school. And then obviously I didn't have basketball, I didn't have volleyball, I didn't have wrestling, I didn't have all of that. And then I didn't have school to go to. Even though I hated school, I had friends to look forward to, right? For me personally, having something to look forward to helps me with sad thoughts. And the thing is, this VTubing thing is what I look forward to now. For a period of time, but I was just working and then that was it. I wasn't doing anything else. And obviously I hate my job. So I go to my job that I hate. Again, not necessarily because of coworkers or anything or stuff like that, but because of what it represents. Like, right? And so I hate my job. And then I come back home and then I don't do anything. And then I have time to stew in my sad thoughts. But having something to look forward to, it for me helps me get out of that, because it's like I've said multiple times in this stream, I'm really busy. I'm trying to get an editor. I'm trying to get commissions, all that type of stuff. There is literally no time for me to be sad because I'm thinking about the next thing. What do I got to do next? What do I got to do next? What do I got to do next? Right? I have no time to be sad. I cannot tell you the last time I was like depressed because there's no time. There's no time for me to be. Because I'm working a lot. And I'm working on something that I love. There is no time for me to be depressed or stew in my thoughts. And the thing is, if there was time, I'm probably too tired because I did everything. Because I did the thing that I loved so much. I'm too exhausted to then stew in my thoughts and be like, dang, I'm like all that type of stuff, right? For me, depression and sadness comes with a combination of time, like a lot of open time, but nothing to look forward to. That's what, for me, caused my depression. And if you have something to look forward to, it's a lot easier to cope. All right? Like, it doesn't have to be this big thing like me VTubing. It can be something small, like going for a walk or something like that. Now, obviously, like for me, I need something that really occupies my mind, right? Because going for a walk is nice, but that also gives you time to stew in your thoughts, right? That also gives you that, like, if you're not listening to music or anything like that, that still gives you time to stew in your thoughts. So if you were to ask me personally, find something to look forward to that occupies your mind, right? That really occupies your mind, right? Maybe that can be working out, right? Because if you're working out, obviously there's like, you're just working out. The thing is, you're probably listening to music. You probably have the crowd of the gym all around you, and you're trying to focus on getting your reps or accomplishing whatever healthy goal you're trying to accomplish, right? There is no time to, like, whenever I used to go to the gym and I would do cycling, I'm so focused on my instructor helping me cycle and the cycling itself, I can't be depressed because there's no time. It's not that there's no time. My mind is occupied. I'm trying to keep up with the instructor. The instructor also has music, and then you also hear other people like cycling along you as well. So for me, find something to look forward to that occupies your mind, right? Because another thing about occupying your mind is the fact that it's kind of all over the place. Every time I'm depressed, right? I'm sad about this, and I'm sad about that. I'm sad about this, right? There, you can't, and again, I'm not saying that'll solve everything, because at the end of the day, if your depression and sadness is rooted in something that needs to change, then that thing needs to change. Like, let's say you're depressed and sad because of your weight. Obviously, I would still recommend finding something that occupies your time, but at the end of the day, the weight is the root problem. Obviously, solve the root problem if it's like something tangible, right? Maybe you're a student and your grades are not as high as you want them to be, and that causes you to be depressed. Obviously, the root problem are the grades, and that needs to be fixed, right? But if it's like this is the main depression I'm going through. If it's like a depression but you can't really point your finger to what's making you feel that way, then that's what I would recommend. Right. Again, like you said, depressed because of a family member. That's the root issue, right? Obviously, you have to take time because again, I get it, right? My grandma died like a few, I think, damn, almost a year now. My grandma passed away, right? And so I like that. For that, you just need to take time to yourself and heal. That's like you can't just, right? That at the end of the day, that's the root issue of your sadness and depression. But if it's depression, that's more of a chemical imbalance rather than something that is actively causing it. Find something to occupy your mind and look forward to. Like for me, for example, like let's take the walking example again. Let's say you walk with your best friend every morning, right? Since they're your best friend, you're probably going to be talking to them. And so because you're talking to them, you're probably not going to be thinking about being sad. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, the conversation can go however. You can talk about sad topics and stuff like that. I'm not saying that won't happen. But what I'm saying is that you're doing something that you can look forward to and that occupies your mind. Now, if you're talking about like you're depressed, but you're like super busy, for example, right? Because obviously people can be super busy doing all this type of stuff and still be depressed. Now, if we're talking about that, that's a whole different thing. Because you're trying to deal with all this bullshit, and then you're also depressed on top of that, which doesn't help. So then I feel like with that one, I would do the opposite. Try to find some time to yourself. But try to find some time to yourself and that occupies your mind, right? Take a breath. Like if you need, take a breath or take a breather to read, for example. Reading takes up your mind, but it's not super like you can, like if you can read, sit down and read for 5 minutes, right? It doesn't have to be the super long thing, right? It's something that occupies your mind, but it doesn't take up a lot of time at the same time. So it allows you to rest and relax, but it also occupies your mind. Maybe play a quick game on your computer. It doesn't have to be like a AAA game. It can be like the fucking dinosaur game that you play whenever your internet goes out. It can be something like that, right? Super quick, super easy, but it occupies your mind because you have to focus on that game. You can't focus on anything else. I loved it. Me too. There's my internet went out at one point, and there was like a new game. It was like a surfer game. It was actually really cool, where you are a surfer and you have to navigate. You go from the top down and you have to navigate like islands and crocodiles and like creatures. It's actually so cool, right? I was genuinely sucked into that game for like a good 30 minutes before my internet came back on. It was really nice. Is it making sure that people I'm talking to smile. And so always, you that can change you. Exactly. Right, exactly. Right. I look forward to stream when I feel sad. Like always have something to look forward to. Because I feel like that's how a lot of people feel nowadays. Like the removal of third spaces, you having to pay something so that you can like enjoy something instead of just being able to go in and do something. Like I feel like a lot of people in today's age lack something to look forward to, and that could be a multiple of reasons, right? That could just be because of their home situation. That could be because of like financial reasons. Like there are like I feel like that is a very common emotion that a lot of people are feeling. It's just something to look forward to. Like what is something in the week you can be like, yeah, I'm very excited. for this thing, right? For me personally, it's the V2. It's me streaming. If I have work, all I'm thinking about at work is I cannot wait to stream. And the thing is, I do it every day. Now I decided I needed to take Sunday off because I need a day where I can kind of recoup and take a break. But every day I'm like, I can look forward to this. I get, it makes me happy, and it makes me happy seeing you guys and seeing you guys using this Discord and going to my links and trying to talk to me and all that type of stuff. Like, I look forward to that, and I feel like I'm making progress, which is another thing you need to consider, is that if you can look forward to something, but if you feel like you're not making any progress in it, then that can also cause depression. Like, for me, one of the main reasons I got depressed during high school was that I felt like I wasn't making progress in my academics. Right? I'll go to the walking example. Walking with your friend, but the thing is, because you're walking, you're becoming healthier. You might notice you might have lost a little bit of weight. Maybe you've noticed you don't get as many headaches as you used to. Maybe your legs feel a little bit stronger than they used to, right? Stuff like that. Making progress or feeling like you're making progress in something can be very helpful as well. Right. But I also do think it is very important to let out those emotions. Obviously, do it in a healthy manner. Don't explode or anything, but letting out your emotions, because I was there. I was in a position like in high school where I bottled up all my emotions, and then it turned violent. Now I didn't turn violent. I didn't turn violent towards anybody, but like, I was smashing things in my room. That's how bad it got. So please, if you are feeling a certain way, please express that. You are human. Expressing emotions is normal, but also I'm telling you to express it, because if you don't, it will get to a point and then it will boil over and you might hurt someone or yourself. So it's not just I'm not just telling you, oh, you just need to express yourself, right? It is like, there are many things that can happen if you don't express your emotions. Like I said before, it can turn violent towards yourself, objects around you, people around you, right? But holding in that type of thing is also stressful, and stress ages the body. This is a thing. This has been studied. Age stresses and makes the body older, right? If you're holding that shit in for a very long time, your body will age faster. And it's not, I'm not saying like, oh, you'll be like 60 when you're actually supposed to be 40, but I'll give you an example. My father, he's approaching 40. He had gray hairs in his 30s. He in his 30s, he had gray hairs because of stress. Like, you could see, like, he had salt and pepper in his beard in his 30s because of stress. I know what stress does to the body. I've seen it on my family members. He had gray hairs in his 30s because of this stress he's gone through. Right? So bottling that shit in will not only make like hurt whoever, it will age your body. And I'm a big like health is wealth type of person. You don't want your body to age faster than it actually should. You don't want that, right? Because at the end of the day, we got jobs, we have family members, right? Imagine because your body is under stress, you're more tired than usual. You get more headaches than usual, right? You might not like your appearance as much. You might have more eye bags under your eyes. You might have wrinkles at an early age. That can affect your self-confidence. That can affect like you being able to go outside and doing all that type of stuff. So not only so when I tell you to let out your emotions, it's for a good reason. It's not like, oh, you need to let out your emotions because that, but no. Like, if you don't let out your emotions, your body will age faster. You'll retain that stress in your body, and then it'll either explode or your body will take it. Your stress will either affect your body or it will come out eventually in a way that you would not want it to. So, expressing your emotions is very important. Again, I'm saying it because I've been through it. I had a whole mental breakdown at the end of school. A whole mental breakdown. Tears, everything, violent, everything. Violent breakdown. It was to the point that like my mother had to choke me out. It was that bad. I've been there. And then I had a smaller mini one after that. I have been there. I've had family members die. I had a friend of a friend. He died in a bus. Right? I've seen some shit. I've been there. You're not the only one. I've seen some shit. Yeah, and the thing is, letting out your emotions also helps with the healing process as well. Right? Because how are you supposed to get over this feeling if you never express it in the first place? Like, how can anyone help you? And again, having people help you is very important. But I understand that can be very hard. It can be very difficult to find people that you truly, truly trust that can help you. Right? Because there's a period of time where I felt like I couldn't even trust my parents at all. Like, and the thing is, part of it was because of some like disagreements I did have with my parents. Some of it was because my mind was just very like bad at the time. Like it was making me think dark thoughts, and was telling me you can't trust these people. So it was partially like disagreements. It was partially my mind just being my mind at the time. Over the years of people who say they're for me, leave me. Well, the thing is, that's what I'm talking about. The hardest part about that is like when I tell you, if you find people that allow you to express your emotions and comfort you during that time, it is the best feeling ever. But you have to find them first, and it's very hard to find those people. So for me personally, I can understand if some people are hesitant to express those emotions with others because it's hard. It's hard finding those people that you can trust completely. And the types of people that say that you can tell them anything, and then when you actually do, they leave you. I've dealt with those types of people too. It's disappointing and it hurts because you said you would be there for me, but you weren't. I get it. So for me personally, how I do it is that I have to learn how to express my emotions by myself. Now, I do say that finding people is important because your mind will play tricks on you. Your mind will be telling you things that it should not. So that's why having an outside perspective is very important. But it's very hard to find that outside perspective. It's very hard to find someone you can truly trust to the depths of your fucking soul. It's very difficult. So I really don't blame anyone that has a hard time. Again, my brain, I couldn't even trust my parents. Like, I felt like I couldn't trust my parents. Let alone like a friend or a friend of a friend. It's really hard. And the mind is a powerful thing, and what you feed it affects you in a powerful way. Exactly. Kuros the Great for the sub. Thank you so much. Holy smokes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. But so yeah, I genuinely don't blame people if they are hesitant to talk to others. Because it does feel like people are a lot more unkind they feel more unkind and feel more judgmental than they used to. And again, that could be for a variety of reasons, but it genuinely does feel that way. And when you're on the internet on top of that, it really doesn't help. It really doesn't. Right? And making connections is harder now than ever. And then trying to find those specific people that will really be there and comfort you, it's really hard. It really is. So if people are like, when people say they're hesitant to have someone help them, I genuinely understand, because it's hard. It's hard to find that person, right? And again, there will be people that will act like they'll be there, but then they won't. It's hard. But you do have to be careful, right? This is like recommending a therapist. Obviously, they are trained professionals, but they are also an outside perspective. And I think that's honestly a good value of a therapist. They are an outside perspective, right? Because if you explain the situation, your mind will interpret it one way, but then the therapist who is from the outside looking in can be like, well, you see it like this, but it's actually like this, right? Your mind construes it into this weird thing when it really isn't. So seeking professional help. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be this monthly thing. Just going to like a therapist once. Because I only went to therapy once. Or it was twice, sorry. It wasn't once, it was twice. Unfortunately, the cost of therapy is quite expensive where I was, so it can't be a consistent thing. But just in those 2 sessions alone, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about how I perceived myself. I learned about how others perceived me, right? Just it doesn't have to be a consistent thing. You can go to therapy once and learn a lot about yourself. Now, again, if you have the capability to do it multiple times, I would recommend that. But just doing it once can give you give you that outside perspective that you might need, because your brain will catastrophize everything. It will give you dark thoughts, and you might need someone to ground you.